Psalm 7, 1 through 9.
This psalm was born out of a sad experience that David had with Cush the Benjamite. When you have time, read 1 Samuel 24 through 26. Cush was one of Saul's spies. And because of what David did, Cush the Benjamite brought about the death of some innocent men. You know, if you and I had caused the death of some innocent people, we would really have a heavy heart. And David did have a heavy heart. O Lord my God, in Thee do I put my trust. Save me from all those who persecute me, and deliver me. You see, whenever David was in a tight spot, whenever David had a problem with persecution or with people, he would run to God. And in these first verses of Psalm 7, the focus is on God helping David in his time of persecution. David's enemies were after him. And the first thing he does is examine his own heart. O Lord my God, if I have done this, if there be iniquity in my hands, if I have sinned, then let the enemy persecute me. When we find ourselves in a tight spot, when we've discovered that we're in the midst of some kind of persecution and problem, the first thing we want to do is examine our own hearts. Not examine the enemy, and not even examine God and say, God, why did you allow a thing like this to happen? No. When you find yourself in a tight spot, look in the mirror and say, Father, is there something in my life you're talking to me about? Is there some area in my life where I am not as yielded as I ought to be? You say, well, wait a minute, what about my enemies? Who's going to take care of them? God will. That's what David says in these first 9 verses. God will take care of the enemy. The wickedness of the wicked will come to an end. The righteous God will accomplish his purposes. But notice the end of verse 9. For the righteous God testeth the minds and the heart. Times of trial are not only times of testimony and times of trusting. They are times of testing. God is showing you your own heart. You say, well, I know my own heart. Oh, no, you don't. The heart is deceitful above all things and desperately wicked. Who can know it? What are we learning from these 9 verses? Examine your heart and let God take care of the enemy.